But this morning we want to head back out to Ball Arena live with Corey and Ariel. It's been a while since we've actually gotten to see the Nuggets play, guys.
Yeah, we haven't seen them play since last Monday, the 22nd. It has been, what, is that 9 days since they last took the court?
Yeah. So, and that's some of the conversation, right? So the Heat are coming off of not much of a turnaround, right? And the Nuggets have been waiting it out. And there's this conversation, you know, the whole thing about ring rust, right? It's about rust versus rest. And it's all about momentum. So they've been going nonstop for so long. And then the 10 days off gave them this time to recover. But sports is about that momentum. Now, on the flip side, the Heat will be tired coming into tonight's game. But they also got momentum coming off of a win. We spoke with a sports psychologist about what all of this means for the Nuggets. And she says there are some benefits to the Nuggets' time off that we might not be thinking about.
Maybe these guys haven't had to travel, right? Travel is a huge stressor on performance and mental health as well. And so maybe they get to spend more time with their families, and maybe they get to have a little bit more of a routine. And routines are always helpful when it comes to just preparation mentally for when you're going into competition.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, right? So a couple more points Dr. Jones Copeland made. Even with practice, it's hard to replicate game-like energy. So it might take a little bit extra work for the Nuggets to get back into the right headspace. But she says the time off may have given the Nuggets opportunities to heal physically, something that the Heat haven't had an opportunity to do with the short turnaround. And at the end of the day, she thinks the Nuggets have the bigger advantage here. And she is predicting Nuggets in 4. And I think a big part of this is the fact that we have home court advantage.
Yeah, and the Nuggets have, you talk about home court advantage, the Nuggets have not lost a single game here in the playoffs, right. So that is a huge advantage, clearly, and all of those days have given them time to just heal up any types of injuries. I mean, they don't have any players that are out with injury right now, but there's always something nagging at this time of year because you've just been playing this long. Now, the Heat, they do have players that are out with injury, and so they have not had any time because their last game was Monday, and they immediately got back on a plane and started playing, and they got right here, started practicing for this game. So it is, you know, that is not something that is easy for this team to just get right back on and do.
Right, and I think that she, you know, had a good point there about travel too. Like, we haven't had a travel. So there's a lot of pros and cons for sure, and really you never know until they hit the court tonight.
And traveling over here to this altitude, also not an easy thing to do. Yeah. But there's also a few ways you can watch the game tonight aside from your television. And if you want to go to it in person, there's still some tickets available, but they're not cheap, of course. We just checked Ticketmaster for the least expensive seats. They're going for $599. That's the first time they've been under $600 so far. So for $1 less, and those are in the nosebleeds. The most expensive courtside seats are $30,000. There are several other places to go to watch on the big screen. One option, McGregor Square next to Coors Field. Something to know though, this is a ticketed event, so do not just show up without any money. Tickets are $30 online. This is a party that is 21 and older. More than 2,000 fans expected to fill the square. And right outside here at Ball Arena, the team will open up the playoffs plaza 1 hour before the arena opens. That's about 2.5 hours before tip-off and about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
So there's going to be some live music. There's going to be the Nuggets dancers. There's going to be the hype squad. Of course, Rocky's going to be out here. There's just a lot that's going to be happening ahead of the game.
Yeah, it's always just a huge party out here. This whole area is such a huge party. If you remember for the Avs playoff run, this whole area was just such a big party. So was McGregor Square.
Yeah.
I mean, and so obviously that's why they're, you know, making sure that it's a little bit tempered down a little bit.
Yeah, big party heading into, of course, game 1 tonight. And the Chamber might even help you talk your boss into letting you get out of work a little bit for the games. They created this really fun finals permission slip. It's even signed by super mascot Rocky, so you know it is official. The slip reads, permitted activities include wearing Nuggets gear to work, leaving early to attend a watch party or a game, and high-fiving the Joker if you can reach, which we know that Ariel and Erica would not be able to do.
Yeah, honestly, watch. I'm gonna step down from the seat I'm in right now, and I'm like below you right now on this chair. So clearly not high-fiving the Joker anytime soon.
You'd have to get a running start. Same with
I'm gonna hop back up into my seat just like that.
Corey, I don't think you'd be able to reach either, just saying.
I am a whole 5'3",
Guys.
okay, which I'm a giant compared to you two.
Corey's over here just boasting about her
tall around you.
5'3".
You can do
So,
anything
she
with a
loves the
good
3
running
inches she
start,
has.
so don't sell yourself short.
Jordan was a gymnast. He's got jumps. I believe in him.
True. It's
Yeah.
true. I'm also not that tall. All right, guys, we'll check back in with you a little later this morning.
This morning, of course, we want to see your Nuggets pride. Text us 303-871-1491 just after 6 o'clock, and we already have so many pictures. Let's see what we've got so far. We're seeing a lot of jerseys. We've seen dogs in jerseys.
Yes,
We've got Rocky.
love the dogs and jerseys. We got some Rocky stuffed animals. Maybe those are the dog toys too. We also have seen a lot of this. Do you see on the left hand of your
Yes,
screen the final
old
shirts?
Shirts that never made the light of day.
Some of them from 2009,
Some people
unfortunately.
have 'em.
But we got a lot of new gear too. I think we
Yeah.
have to see some of the finals hats. So
There's
keep
the puppy in the hoodie. I love that so much.
makes us so happy. And then there is that NBA Finals hat that we have seen a lot of around here, and the final shirt. That is from this year. You do get to rep that, and you get to
Yes.
rep it proudly. So
Absolutely.
keep sending those in to us.
And you can, of course, follow along all day as we're getting ready. We're getting pumped for the game. We're going to have live coverage from Ball Arena tonight. You can download our 9 News app and stay up to date with it all.
It is 6:08 now on your Thursday morning, and right now the Aurora Police Department is asking for help in their search for a missing and endangered 5-year-old. Police say Mahali Hobbs was last seen Tuesday in the area of Mississippi and South Sable Boulevard in Aurora. Police believe that Mahali is with her caretaker and mother. Anyone who may have seen her or know where she may be is asked to call police or 911. New overnight, a 13-year-old boy is in the hospital after someone shot him while he was inside his house. And right now, we still don't know much about a suspect. Police say this happened around midnight on North Kittredge Road in Aurora, just off Laredo Street. They say someone outside shot into the house, and a pickup truck drove away from that area. So far, no word on an arrest or how that boy is doing. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
This morning, a former Poudre School District employee is facing dozens of new charges, accused of assaulting multiple students, and now he is in jail without bond. Tyler Zanella was arrested last week after police say he hit a boy on his school bus route. Zanella was a paraprofessional who worked on 9 different bus routes during his time with the district. Police say there are 6 victims now, all considered at risk because of disabilities. Zanella is due in court next week.
Well, we have days just left before the country could run out of money to pay its bills. Now the U.S. House passed a debt ceiling deal with bipartisan support last night. Our Anusha Roy joins us now with the next steps for lawmakers. Good morning, Anusha.
Good morning, Jordan. Not a lot of time for lawmakers to celebrate right now because this deal still has to pass by June 5th. We are talking about Monday, and that means securing 60 votes to pass the Senate before it can go to President Biden's desk to be signed. The deal would be raising the $31.4 trillion debt ceiling beyond next year's elections, would also be capping some government spending, which the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office said could reduce the deficit by $1.5 trillion over the next decade. Now, the fighting over this bill was so ferocious and with so much at stake right up until the end. NBC News is reporting the White House was still considering an unprecedented step of bypassing Congress altogether. Ultimately, though, last night the bill passed with bipartisan support in a 314 to 117 vote. 71 Republicans and 46 Democrats voted against it.
Is it everything I wanted? No. But sitting with one House, with a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic president who didn't want to meet with us, I think we did pretty dang good for the American public.
So President Biden, who is in Colorado Springs today for the Air Force Academy graduation, said in a statement a bipartisan compromise was the way that this was going to move forward. Among the 71 Republicans against it are Colorado Representatives Lauren Boebert, who said the deal is a blank check for the Biden administration, records showing her as a not voting last night. Representative Ken Buck also did vote no on this bill, had also talked about why he was against it earlier this week. Again, Jordan, this bill heading to the Democrat-led Senate ahead of Monday's deadline.
And we'll continue tracking that very closely. Anusha, thank you.